This week on the Four Rivers Ag Report. Whether it's fair or not, we're in Coles County. And we meet a man who harnessed the power of racing. Also, believe it or not, we got Monica to feed a hog. And that's no bull. All that and more on the Four Rivers Ag Report. Welcome to the Four Rivers Ag Report. I'm Fred Peralta.
And I'm Monica Becker.
And Monica, where are we?
We are in all of the smells of the Coles County Fair.
Well, somebody might say it smells like money, but...
Smells like farm to me.
Well, that too, that's too. We're doing a little bit different to this week. We're at the fair, we're talking to people who are participating and showing and
all sorts of generations. I got the young, we got the old.
Yeah, and you also,
like me.
And you, speaking of newbies, you have an experience we want to share with the people.
Yeah, remember how we were wanting to get me up close with the animals? Well, I got to do so today and feed my first hog, which I had no preparation for. My hands got all dirty and it was a ton of fun.
Well, you know, she claims I owe her a manicure, but we'll see about that. Manicure. That's how, you see my nails, you know what I mean. Anyway, earlier today I talked to Jim Louth of the UI Ag Exemption Office, partially about the fair, but more importantly about what he's heard about our friends, the farmers, and the drought. Jim, we're here at the fair with the 4-H beef show, and a lot of really nice looking cattle, a lot of great looking kids showing great looking cattle.
Yeah, it's been a great fair. All the shows went well. The goats, the swine, the poultry, all of it, the sheep, and today the beef show, of course, is always a biggie, and went well. Good. The cattle are good. The kids are enthusiastic, so it's what we need.
Well, they certainly a lot of different ages involved in the showing, and that's great to see.
That's really the future, is keeping these young kids coming in. They learn a lot, they grow a lot during this, and make friendships that they'll have the rest of their lives. And you know, if you go somewhere, there's a lot of 4-H'ers all over the United States, and they'll have something in common with somebody they don't even know today.
Absolutely. Now, it's been a while since we've talked, and since we've talked, we've experienced a little weather situation. What's the extension's feeling about the drought?
Well, it's an unfortunate event, but you can go back in history and see this. You know, every 30 years or so, it seems like we get a spell like this. This one will go down in the record books maybe as one of the standouts, who knows. Certainly we had great expectations this spring, early start. You know, whenever it's too good, you should realize it's too good, shouldn't you?
Yeah. So, great early start. I was joking about farmers harvesting in August. I guess they're going to be harvesting in August.
Well, guess what? There's some harvest done in July, so not a big amount.
No.
And the grain, it's, you know, the quality's going to be all over the board. Some of it, like last year, it actually kind of sealed on the year and held the moisture. So, you know, I don't know this year if there was any moisture for it to hold. So we'll see.
Now, with this crop, are we going? I know the lack of corn is going to drive up food prices. It's going to drive up ethanol prices. It's going to drive up lots of things. Are we going to have enough seed to plant next year?
Well, a lot of the seed is grown in South America. There is seed production in the U.S. There is some in this area, so I would say the seed in this area may have a tough time. The seed in South America, or even in Hawaii, there's a lot of seed grown there. Sometimes if their years aren't right, like this year we had a March year, sometimes those supplies aren't quite available. They don't inventory them very long down there. They kind of bag them and bring them. So that could be a problem next spring.
So is there anything farmers can do retroactively? I mean, should we think about cover crops? Should you think about no-till? How can a farmer better manage the moisture in the fields for next year?
Well, we're going to have some problems this fall with tillage because the ground is so hard that, you know, especially the corn-on-corn guys, they like to get some fall tillage done to break the residue up and all that. It may be very, very tough to get much tillage done this fall. As far as no-till versus conventional till versus whatever, you probably couldn't go in the field and tell a whole lot of difference this year. No-till next spring if we don't get some snow, if we don't get some freeze and thaw. The ground's going to be hard next spring yet too, so we might not be able to till next spring either.
So the fun never ends.
No, and you know, unfortunately, when you see these, if you look back in the 50s when we had it, if you look in the 80s, we usually get multiple dry years in a row. Let's hope this is the exception.
Let's hope. Well, thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Tell me about what kids go through to prepare for something like this.
Well, today you're here at the cattle show for the 4-Hers, and it's more than just bringing their animal out here into the show ring today on exhibit day. They work with these animals several months out of the year. They feed them, they watch them grow, they exercise them, they wash them, they groom them, give them haircuts, trim them to get them ready for the show. There's a lot of effort and a lot of work that goes into a lot of hours. They put a lot of hours into it.
So who works with them on what they should be trying to achieve when they're raising an animal like this?
If they, a lot of them have parents that have a lot of knowledge about the cattle industry or whatever livestock species they happen to be showing, but we have livestock superintendents for each of the livestock species, and they're always willing to help the kids out and answer questions, and we have a lot of volunteers. 4-H relies heavily on volunteers. We could not run the program without our volunteers, and so we have a lot of volunteers that are very knowledgeable in the livestock industry and are very willing to help the kids out, because it's about the kids developing life skills. It's more than just them bringing that animal into the show ring. They're learning a lot of life skills, and they're our future leaders, so we want to see them succeed and be successful in the future.
Now, I've noticed all ages of children showing. What are some of the youngest, what are some of the oldest, and how does somebody get started in something like this?
In 4-H, the age is 8 to 18, so you will see in the show ring today youth 8 years old all the way up to age 18. And if they're interested in 4-H, they just need to contact their local extension office, and whoever is there in the local office can get them signed up and get them started.
I'm here with Emma. Emma, tell me, you won an award today. What was it for?
Showing cows.
Showing cows. Now, how long have you been doing that?
Since I was 4 years old.
Since you were 4 and you're 11 right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
11 years old, you're in 6th grade. Tell me, do you remember what your first time was like showing cows?
Not really, no.
Not really at all. So does your dad help you with a lot of it?
Yeah.
Now, this is my first time at the fair, so this is all new to me. What does showing cows, what does that mean? Like, what do you do?
It's a nice living, and it gets you closer to animals, kind of.
It gets you closer to the animals. Okay, so you do play with the cows and you get them ready. Like, when you're showing a cow, what do you do? What do you have to do?
Whenever we stop, we have to set them up with get their feet in the right position with our show stick.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fun. Tell me, do you have any other animals?
Yeah, we show goats too. About 3 years now.
Goats. Okay, so your cow that won today, what's its name?
Ahsoka, like in Star Wars.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, Ahsoka. Do you know how old she is?
She was born in March. I don't know, like maybe a year or two.
Is this your only cow?
No, we got several others.
Wow, several. Now, is she your youngest?
I don't think so.
Not sure. That's fun. Okay, now, so this is my first time at the fair. You've been here a lot. What's your favorite thing about it?
On the day when we're going to show the cows, I love to wash the cows in the morning.
Love to watch the cows?
No, give them a bath.
Them. Okay. That's interesting. Why do you like doing that?
I don't know.
Like
yeah.
Just like it? Well, that about does it. Thank you, Emma.
What's your steer's name?
Bo.
Bo? Thank you, Bo. Now, how long have you been raising him?
Not very long.
Not very long. So, he seemed like he was pretty agreeable with you in the stand.
Yeah.
Is he easy steer to show?
Yeah.
You think so? Now, what year are you? How old are you?
12.
12. So are you in junior high?
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay. So where do you go to school?
Oakland.
Oakland. So how hard has it been raising this steer?
Not very hard.
What do you have to do?
Feed them, wash them.
Okay. Well, thank you and congratulations, bud.
Now I'm here with two lovely fans of the cattle show. Tell me, what are your names? Bree and
Abigail.
Abigail. Bree and Abigail here with us. They've been here for a few days now, loyal fans of the fair. I'm told that your cousin has some pigs here. Tell me about that. Have you interacted with the pigs? No, haven't.
No.
What do you think of the pigs?
Well,
Have you guys played with the farm animals before? Have you gotten up close with any of the animals? Tell me what that was like for you. No, we got some camera shy ones here. Okay, tell me, what's your favorite part about being at the fair? You guys have been here for a few days now. How do you feel about it? What's been your favorite moment?
I like watching the pigs.
They like watching the pigs. All right.
I'm with Jesse Campbell, and he's one of the winners of the sow contest, pig contest.
Yeah.
Okay, Jesse, how long have you been showing pigs?
Since I was 8 years old.
So, why? How did you get started?
My brother started doing it, and I just liked it. So,
Now, do you live? Does your family raise hogs?
yes.
So, tell me about some of the hogs you showed. You won several categories, correct?
Yes, I did.
Including grand champion.
Yes.
Tell me about the grand champion. How did you get? What made this hog special?
She's just really good. I don't know. There's a lot of details into this, and there's not enough time right now to go over it all. But yeah, she's everything that you want to make one look like. So
when she was in the litter, did you see her and say, you know what, she could be special?
yep.
Really?
Yep. My sister-in-law actually picked her out, and that's her pig. So
So you get to show. So do you go from Springfield from here?
yep.
So how many hogs are going to be showing in Springfield?
5, I believe.
Okay. So have you ever gone to state before?
Yes.
Okay, so how many times have you gone to state?
Since I was 10, so 7 years.
Okay. So have you gotten to know some of the other young people who've shown hogs at the state fair?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I got a lot of friends that show.
So do you keep in touch with them?
Oh yeah. Every weekend at a show.
I'm now here with Allie. This is her first year. What is this your first year doing?
Showing pigs at the county fair.
Showing pigs. Okay. How's that gone for you?
It's been really good. I'm not doing so hot with all my showing pigs, like the awards and stuff, but I mean, it's fun, so.
Okay, that's fun. How old are you?
I'm 14.
You're 14 now. Why is this your first year? Why did you decide to do this?
Well, I've been wanting to do it for the past couple of years, but my dad, he used to show pigs and he didn't want to do it again, so
we passed it over to you.
so he's not really liking this whole doing it again thing, but I wanted to, so.
Okay, are you from the area? Is this your, I'm assuming you've been to the fair many times. What's your favorite part about it?
I like the horse races because my granddad he races horses, so.
Okay, that's fun. And so the whole family kind of gets in on this. You guys have all sorts of animals. Do you have a favorite?
I like the pigs.
You like the pigs?
Yeah.
What is the best thing about a pig?
Their personality. They're almost like a dog. They wag their tails. They talk to you. You can pet them. It's just a lot of fun.
Now, as a city girl, this is my first time at a fair. If you had to suggest that I do one thing while I'm here, what do you think I should do?
Ride the rides.
Ride the rides.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that'll do it. Thank you, Allie.
Well, I hope you can hear us over the radio here now, but got tired of waiting for the commercial to stop. I'm here with Clark Fairley. He is in charge of the harness racing here at Coles County Fair. And Clark, how long have you been involved with harness racing?
I personally have been racing horses since 1981, so 31 years.
So you've been on this track a lot of
I've
time.
been on it a lot of times. Yeah.
So how do you get involved in harness racing?
Actually, we moved here when I was 12 years old. Prior to that, we lived at Pontiac, Illinois, and one of my dad's Army buddies from Ohio came to Chicago every winter and raced. So we would go up and watch him, sometimes spend the weekend there.
Okay.
And so I got to hanging around the horse barns with him.
Uh-huh.
Where we lived at Pontiac, there was no harness racing near.
Right.
So when we moved to Charleston, first thing I did was come in here. The first summer I was here, I got a job cleaning stalls for a couple. Then I got away from it until after I graduated high school.
Uh-huh.
And like I said, I've been back at it since 1981 now.
So what does harness racing bring to the fair?
A lot of excitement. Last night this grandstand was way more than 3/4 full. The evening program, we had some really good races last night. So it brings attendance, brings some excitement. You know, it just brings people on the grounds.
So explain the harness racing here. Where do these horses come from?
We had horses here last night from Mississippi, Chicago, Springfield, all over the state of Illinois. But so there were guys who traveled a long ways to come here and race last night.
Okay, now you're obviously biased. What is the benefit of harness racing versus regular horse racing?
By the regular horse racing, you mean the thoroughbreds?
Thoroughbreds, yes.
The harness racing is more hands-on. You or I could never be a jockey. You know, and I don't consider myself to be a big person, but I'm twice as big as a jockey.
Right.
And age is not much of a factor in our sport. So you or I can own our own horse, we can train it, and we can even drive it in a horse race.
Excellent.
So we can do it all. And I own horses by myself. I own horses with some family members, and then I've got some what we call outside horses that are owned by non-family members, and they pay me to take care of and train and race the horses. So you can go at it either direction. The thoroughbreds, the trainers are too big to exercise your horse. They have exercise people that ride them in the morning and stuff. It's not nearly so hands-on.
Right. So this is like stock cars as opposed to Indy cars.
Sure. I guess that'd be a good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been doing this for a while. How has harness racing changed, if it's changed at all over the time?
The horses are faster. I attribute that to the breeding and to the track conditions and the equipment we use. We go a lot faster than we used to. And unfortunately, the money's not quite as good as what it used to be. There's a bill sitting on Governor Quinn's desk right now that would legalize slot machines at the racetracks, and it would also add some casinos. But in that bill, there's a ton of money for downstate Illinois, not just for the horse racing, ag, FFA, jobs, a lot of jobs. A lot of jobs, but that would really boost our purses at the county fairs and at the pari-mutuel racetracks. Other states, Iowa, Indiana, Delaware, Pennsylvania, they've already done this. They've got the casinos tied in with the racetracks.
Right.
And it's really boosted their horse business. Our business used to have about 40,000 jobs in the state of Illinois. We're down to probably 25,000 now. People have left here to go to places like Indiana, Delaware, where things are better. We still have a good product. Our horses leave the state of Illinois and they go to these other places and they do well. They win races.
Right.
A lot of our drivers and trainers have left here as well to go to those other places. Our drivers and trainers do well. We've got a boy that grew up at Fairfield, went to high school at Fairfield. He's the leading driver in the nation now.
Really? What's his name?
Tim Tetrick. He won his first race here at the Coles County Fair. We had a matinee in the spring. He was 12 or 13 years old. It was a non-money race, but that's the first race he ever won.
So what are the ages? I mean, do you have young kids getting involved in harness racing?
We do now. I'll answer your first question. The ages, you have to be 12 to get a matinee license or an amateur license. You can't drive for purse money. To race at the fairs for purse money, you have to be 16. To race at the pari-mutuel tracks, you have to be 18. Now, going to the other end of the scale, there's a fella at Albion, Illinois that is, I believe, 97. He's still driving. He's 97 or 98.
So there's hope for me yet.
Yeah. The young people, for a long time, I'm 51, for several years, people my age were the young guys in the sport, But there's a new group coming on now. There's a pretty strong group of kids that are in their 20 to 24-year-old range. The fellow that drove for me last night, I raced 3 horses out here. He drove 2 of them. He won with both of them. He's 23 years old.
Excellent.
He's competing in Chicago on a regular basis. He's holding his own. So
Excellent.
there's a young crowd coming again. So
Excellent. Well, thank you, Chuck. I appreciate you spending time and telling me all about the track here.
thank you. I appreciate you coming out.
I'm here with Tom and Jim, some veterans to the fair here. This is my first time, not your first time at the fair, correct? No. How long have you guys been coming here now, you think?
Probably 30, 40 years, 30 years.
40 years.
At
So
least 30 years.
30, 40 years. Do you guys have any animals? Have you put anything in the show before?
WEIU.
Yeah. What have you put in?
We've had two daughters showed pigs, and we had a son. We got a son that showed pigs up to about, well, he's 32 now, so he quit several years ago.
Okay. Same for you.
Grandsons.
Same for you as well. Okay, now tell me, how has the fair changed over the years?
And they are interviewing in the crowd.
I don't know.
It's pretty much been the same. It's been pretty, because it's the oldest fair in Illinois.
The shape of the hogs and the type that they're calling for today was different back when we first started. They wanted them heavier muscled and sounder in their feet and legs, and it's something to work with constantly to meet the demand.
So the animals have changed indeed. Anything about the fair itself? Has it really kind of been the same over the past 40 years? Does it look the same? Anything look different?
I'd like to give another round of applause.
Looks about the same as it has.
That's kind of fun. That's really nifty. Favorite thing about the fair?
The what?
Favorite thing about the fair?
The Hog Show. Yes.
What do you like about it?
I don't know, it was just something we did for several years and kind of got in our blood, and we like the cattle shows too.
What about for you?
Hog shows mainly.
Yeah.
I'm just,
You much for the carnival? No. Can't get you on a ride? No bumper cars for you?
Okay, so before 38, 40 years ago, you were young strapping men, and you came to the fair. What were you interested in then?
Do you remember your first time at the fair?
well, I rode on rides when I first came to the fair. Well, I was looking. Yeah, I rode on rides and I got sick, so I never did get back on them.
Oh, these rides got you sick?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what happens?
Megan, congratulations on being this year's Coles County Fair Queen. Tell me, why did you decide to enter the contest?
Actually, I have been watching the Coles County pageant for many years, and this was my last year to compete, so I thought I'd give it a shot. I like challenges, and I really wanted to challenge myself and just kind of get to know, make new friends, and it's just a great experience overall.
When you were a little girl, were you watching the fair pageant and thinking, oh, that'd be so neat?
Yes, actually I was a little bummed out when we'd go on vacation during Fair Week because I'd missed the pageant, so I'd have to go home and get the paper and see who won the next week.
So what sort of things does the Fair Queen, do they ask you to do as the Fair Queen?
As the Fair Queen, we are asked to just represent Coles County in a professional manner, very genuine like, and just be at the fair and participate in all the great events we have here. I've been here at the 4-H barns this morning, and I will be at the truck and tractor pulls this evening.
So luckily for me, I can cut to this point when I don't have the really next question. So what are your plans? Okay, 3, 2, 1. So besides being Fair Queen, what do you do?
Besides being Fair Queen, I go to school. I'm actually going to start in the fall in a program. It's Occupational Therapy Assistant Program. And I'm working at Sarah Bush at Dr. Walker and Dr. Katz's office right now, and I love my job. They're great doctors. And I'm in charge of checking in patients and making appointments, and besides that, I like to shop, scrapbook, and spend time with family.
You sound a lot like my daughter. Well, thank you, Megan.
Thank you.
What is this? What is
Just
that?
ground feed.
Ground feed. Okay.
16%, I think.
Okay.
With some sumo in it, which is fat.
Okay.
This is in motion for their joints.
Okay.
Just about that much for 2 pounds. Put some water in it.
Yeah, make it all messy.
Yeah, they eat it better. There you go, now you can mix it all up.
With my hands?
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
Hold the bucket.
Ew. Okay. Can't imagine what it looks like coming out.
Right over here.
Better rinse your hands off. Cool.
Us guys scraped out above it.
All right, what do I do? Hey, baby.
Forward feeder.
Oh, you don't have to wake. Is this a girl or a boy?
Girl.
It's a girl. You don't have to wake her up.
Oh, she's fine. There you go. Up in this feeder. This one.
Oh, wow. They're strong. I lost it.
That way they eat it better.
Bon appetit.
Well, I've certainly seen better looking fair food. Well, if you get a chance, come on out to the fair, work hard, be safe, and enjoy the beautiful sunsets. For Monica, I'm Fred Peralta, and thanks for watching the Four Rivers Ag Report.